Panel schedules are essential documents that provide an accurate representation of the electrical distribution system in a building. They indicate which circuits are connected to each panel, the current rating of each circuit, and the purpose of each circuit. Outdated panel schedules can lead to several problems. Firstly, wasted time and effort. Technicians and maintenance personnel may spend excessive time troubleshooting electrical issues due to inaccurate information on the panel schedule. Secondly, safety hazards. Unmarked or incorrectly marked circuits can create a safety risk by making it difficult to isolate electrical hazards in the event of an emergency. Thirdly, inaccurate load calculations. Outdated schedules may not reflect changes in the electrical load, leading to incorrect calculations and potential overloading. Fourthly, compliance violations. Some jurisdictions may require regular updates to panel schedules for compliance with electrical codes. To address these concerns, it is recommended to implement a law that mandates the annual updating of panel schedules by qualified electrical contractors. This requirement would ensure that all panel schedules are accurate, up-to-date, and accessible to authorized personnel. Mandatory panel schedule updates would provide several benefits. Firstly, improved efficiency. Technicians would have accurate information at their fingertips, reducing troubleshooting time and increasing productivity. Secondly, enhanced safety. Clearly marked circuits would provide quick identification of potential electrical hazards, reducing accident risks. Thirdly, accurate load tracking. Regular updates would keep load calculations current, preventing overloading and potential electrical fires. Fourthly, compliance assurance. Mandating updates would ensure compliance with electrical codes and reduce the risk of fines or penalties. In light of the numerous problems caused by outdated panel schedules, it is prudent to implement a law requiring annual updates by qualified electrical contractors. This requirement would enhance safety, improve efficiency, and promote compliance with electrical codes, ultimately benefiting building occupants, maintenance personnel, and the overall electrical system reliability. Let's delve deeper into the specifics of why these panel schedules are so crucial. An accurate panel schedule acts as a roadmap for the electrical system. It provides vital information needed for a variety of tasks from routine maintenance to emergency repairs. Without an up-to-date schedule, electricians and maintenance personnel are forced to spend valuable time tracing circuits, identifying loads, and verifying voltage levels, all of which can be avoided with a properly maintained panel schedule. The time spent troubleshooting due to inaccurate panel schedules translates directly into increased labor costs and extended downtime, especially in commercial or industrial settings where electrical outages can disrupt operations and lead to significant financial losses. Consider a scenario where a circuit breaker trips, causing a power outage in a critical area of a building. With an accurate panel schedule, the electrician can quickly identify the circuit, determine the cause of the trip, and restore power promptly. However, if the schedule is outdated or inaccurate, the electrician must spend time tracing the circuit, potentially disrupting other systems and delaying the restoration of power. Beyond the wasted time and increased costs, outdated panel schedules also pose significant safety risks. Electrical work is inherently dangerous, and working with incorrectly labeled or unmarked circuits can increase the risk of electrical shock, arc flash, and other serious injuries. For instance, imagine a situation where an electrician needs to de-energize a circuit for maintenance or repair. If the panel schedule is incorrect, the electrician may inadvertently de-energize the wrong circuit, potentially leaving other critical systems without power or worse, creating a dangerous situation by working on a live circuit believing it to be de-energized. Furthermore, outdated panel schedules can lead to inaccurate load calculations, which can have serious consequences for the electrical system. Electrical systems are designed to operate within specific load limits, and exceeding these limits can cause overheating, equipment failure, and even electrical fires. When panel schedules are not updated to reflect changes in the electrical load, such as the addition of new equipment or the removal of old equipment, the load calculations may become inaccurate. This can lead to overloading of circuits, which can damage equipment, create fire hazards, and violate electrical codes. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides comprehensive guidelines for the installation and maintenance of electrical systems, including requirements for panel schedules. Many jurisdictions adopt the NEC as law, making compliance with its provisions mandatory. Outdated panel schedules can lead to violations of the NEC, resulting in fines, penalties, and potential legal liabilities. For example, NEC Section 408.4 requires that all circuits in a panel board be clearly identified with their purpose, and Section 110.22 requires that all equipment be marked with its voltage, amperage, wattage, or other ratings as necessary. Failure to comply with these requirements can result in significant penalties. Mandating annual updates to panel schedules by qualified electrical contractors ensures that these critical documents remain accurate and up to date. Qualified electrical contractors have the knowledge, skills, and experience necessary to properly assess the electrical system, update panel schedules accurately, and identify any potential safety hazards or code violations. By requiring annual updates, building owners and managers can ensure that their electrical systems are safe, efficient, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. The benefits of mandatory panel schedule updates extend beyond safety and compliance. Accurate panel schedules can also improve the efficiency of electrical maintenance and troubleshooting. When technicians have access to accurate information about the electrical system, they can quickly identify and resolve problems, reducing downtime and minimizing disruptions to building operations. For example, if a tenant reports a power outage in their office, the maintenance team can quickly consult the panel schedule to determine which circuit serves that office and troubleshoot the problem accordingly. This can save valuable time and resources, especially in large commercial buildings with complex electrical systems. Moreover, mandatory panel schedule updates can help to prevent electrical fires. Electrical fires are a leading cause of property damage and injuries, and many of these fires are preventable. By ensuring that panel schedules are accurate and up to date, building owners and managers can reduce the risk of electrical fires and protect their occupants and property. Accurate load tracking is another key benefit of regular panel schedule updates. By keeping load calculations current, building owners and managers can prevent overloading of circuits and ensure that the electrical system is operating within its design capacity. This can help to extend the life of electrical equipment, reduce energy consumption, and improve the overall reliability of the electrical system. Consider a scenario where a building owner decides to install new energy-efficient lighting throughout the building. Without an updated panel schedule, it may be difficult to determine whether the existing electrical system has sufficient capacity to handle the new lighting load. This could lead to overloading of circuits, which could damage the new lighting system and create a fire hazard. By updating the panel schedule before installing the new lighting system, the building owner can ensure that the electrical system is adequate and avoid any potential problems. In addition to the direct benefits of mandatory panel schedule updates, there are also indirect benefits that can accrue to building owners and managers. For example, by demonstrating a commitment to electrical safety and compliance, building owners can improve their reputation with tenants, insurers, and regulatory agencies. This can lead to increased tenant satisfaction, lower insurance premiums, and a reduced risk of legal liabilities. Furthermore, mandatory panel schedule updates can create a more level playing field for electrical contractors. By requiring all contractors to adhere to the same standards for panel schedule updates, building owners can ensure that they are receiving high-quality services at a fair price. This can help to prevent unqualified or unscrupulous contractors from performing substandard work, which can compromise the safety and reliability of the electrical system. To implement a law mandating annual updates to panel schedules, several key steps must be taken. Firstly, the legislation must clearly define the scope of the requirement, specifying which types of buildings and electrical systems are covered. Secondly, the legislation must establish minimum standards for panel schedule updates, including requirements for accuracy, completeness, and accessibility. Thirdly, the legislation must designate a responsible agency to enforce the requirement, such as the local building department or electrical inspector. Fourthly, the legislation must provide for penalties for non-compliance, such as fines or other enforcement actions. Finally, the legislation must include provisions for educating building owners and managers about the importance of panel schedule updates and the requirements of the law. One potential challenge to implementing a law mandating annual panel schedule updates is the cost of compliance. Some building owners may resist the requirement due to the expense of hiring a qualified electrical contractor to perform the updates. However, the costs of non-compliance, such as fines, penalties, and potential legal liabilities, can far outweigh the costs of compliance. Moreover, the benefits of accurate panel schedules, such as improved safety, efficiency, and reliability, can provide a significant return on investment. To mitigate the cost burden, the legislation could provide for financial assistance or incentives for building owners to comply with the requirement. For example, the legislation could offer tax credits or rebates for building owners who update their panel schedules. Alternatively, the legislation could establish a revolving loan fund to provide low-interest loans to building owners for panel schedule updates. Another potential challenge to implementing a law mandating annual panel schedule updates is the availability of qualified electrical contractors. In some areas, there may be a shortage of qualified contractors who are able to perform the updates. To address this challenge, the legislation could include provisions for training and certification of electrical contractors. For example, the legislation could establish a certification program for electrical contractors who specialize in panel schedule updates. Alternatively, the legislation could provide funding for training programs to increase the number of qualified electrical contractors in the area. In conclusion, outdated panel schedules pose significant risks to safety, efficiency, and compliance. A law mandating annual updates by qualified electrical contractors is a prudent measure that can enhance safety, improve efficiency, and promote compliance with electrical codes. While there may be challenges to implementing such a law, the benefits far outweigh the costs. By taking the necessary steps to ensure that panel schedules are accurate and up to date, building owners and managers can protect their occupants' property and the overall electrical system reliability. Let's consider some specific examples of how outdated panel schedules can lead to problems in different types of buildings. In a hospital, an outdated panel schedule could delay the restoration of power to critical life support equipment during an emergency, potentially endangering patients' lives. In a school, an outdated panel schedule could make it difficult to identify the circuit that controls the fire alarm system, delaying the evacuation of the building in the event of a fire. In a manufacturing plant, an outdated panel schedule could cause extended downtime due to difficulties in troubleshooting electrical problems, leading to significant financial losses. In an office building, an outdated panel schedule could result in tenant complaints about power outages or electrical problems, damaging the building owner's reputation. These examples highlight the importance of accurate panel schedules in all types of buildings. Regardless of the size or type of building, outdated panel schedules can create significant risks and problems. By implementing a law mandating annual updates, we can ensure that these critical documents are accurate and up-to-date, protecting the safety, efficiency, and reliability of our electrical systems. It is also important to note that panel schedule updates should be performed by qualified electrical contractors who have the necessary knowledge, skills, and experience. Attempting to update a panel schedule without the proper training and expertise can be dangerous and can lead to inaccurate or incomplete information. Qualified electrical contractors will not only update the panel schedule but will also inspect the electrical system for any potential safety hazards or code violations. This can help to prevent electrical fires, equipment failures, and other problems. When selecting an electrical contractor to perform panel schedule updates, it is important to verify that they are licensed, insured, and experienced in this type of work. You can also ask for references from other building owners or managers who have used their services. In addition to mandatory annual updates, it is also important to update the panel schedule whenever there are any changes to the electrical system. This includes adding new circuits, removing old circuits, or changing the load on existing circuits. By keeping the panel schedule up to date at all times, you can ensure that it is always accurate and reliable. The cost of panel schedule updates can vary depending on the size and complexity of the electrical system. However, the cost is typically a small fraction of the overall cost of maintaining the electrical system. Moreover, the cost of panel schedule updates can be offset by the benefits of improved safety, efficiency, and reliability. In conclusion, panel schedules are essential documents that provide an accurate representation of the electrical distribution system. Outdated panel schedules can lead to wasted time, safety hazards, inaccurate load calculations, and compliance violations. A law mandating annual updates by qualified electrical contractors is a prudent measure that can enhance safety, improve efficiency, and promote compliance with electrical codes. By taking the necessary steps to ensure that panel schedules are accurate and up to date, we can protect our occupants' property and the overall electrical system reliability. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, also recognizes the importance of accurate panel schedules. NFPA 70, the National Electrical Code, includes several requirements related to panel schedules, including the requirement that all circuits be clearly identified with their purpose. NFPA 70.1 requires that electrical equipment be installed in a neat and workmanlike manner. This includes ensuring that panel schedules are legible and easy to understand. NFPA 70E, the standard for electrical safety in the workplace, provides guidance on how to work safely on electrical systems, including the importance of verifying the accuracy of panel schedules before beginning any work. By following the requirements of the NEC and the guidance of NFPA 70E, we can help to ensure that our electrical systems are safe and reliable. Let's consider some additional examples of how outdated panel schedules can create problems. Imagine a situation where a building owner decides to install a new solar panel system on the roof of their building. Without an updated panel schedule, it may be difficult to determine how to connect the solar panel system to the existing electrical system. This could lead to delays in the installation of the solar panel system and could potentially damage the existing electrical system. Or, imagine a situation where a building is being renovated or remodeled. Without an updated panel schedule, it may be difficult to determine which circuits need to be relocated or modified. This could lead to delays in the renovation or remodeling project and could potentially create safety hazards. These examples further illustrate the importance of accurate panel schedules in a variety of situations. By keeping our panel schedules up to date, we can avoid these problems and ensure that our electrical systems are safe, efficient, and reliable. It is also important to remember that panel schedules are not just for electricians and maintenance personnel. They can also be useful for building owners, managers, and tenants. By understanding the electrical system in their building, these individuals can make informed decisions about energy consumption, safety, and maintenance. For example, a tenant who is experiencing frequent power outages in their office can consult the panel schedule to determine which circuit serves their office and report the problem to the building manager. Or, a building owner who is considering installing new energy-efficient lighting can use the panel schedule to determine the existing lighting load and calculate the potential energy savings. By making panel schedules accessible to all interested parties, we can promote greater understanding and awareness of electrical systems. This can lead to improved safety, efficiency, and sustainability. In addition to the benefits discussed above, mandatory panel schedule updates can also help to improve the overall quality of electrical work. By requiring qualified electrical contractors to perform the updates, we can ensure that the work is done correctly and that any potential problems are identified and addressed. This can help to prevent future electrical problems and can extend the life of the electrical system. Moreover, mandatory panel schedule updates can help to create jobs for qualified electrical contractors. By increasing the demand for their services, we can support the electrical industry and create economic opportunities. In conclusion, a law mandating annual updates to panel schedules is a win-win situation for everyone involved. It can enhance safety, improve efficiency, promote compliance, create jobs, and improve the overall quality of electrical work. By working together to implement such a law, we can create a safer, more efficient, and more sustainable electrical system for all. It is crucial to remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By taking the necessary steps to ensure that our electrical systems are safe and reliable, we can protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. Panel schedules are a critical component of electrical safety, and by keeping them accurate and up to date, we can make a significant contribution to a safer world. Let's consider the economic impact of implementing a law-mandating annual panel schedule updates. While there may be initial costs associated with the updates, the long-term benefits can far outweigh these costs. For example, by preventing electrical fires, we can save lives and property, reducing the financial burden on society. By improving energy efficiency, we can reduce energy consumption and lower utility bills, saving money for building owners and tenants. By extending the life of electrical equipment, we can reduce the need for costly repairs and replacements. These economic benefits, combined with the safety and compliance benefits, make a strong case for implementing a law-mandating annual panel schedule updates. It is also important to consider the environmental impact of outdated panel schedules. When electrical systems are not properly maintained, they can waste energy and contribute to pollution. By keeping panel schedules up to date and ensuring that electrical systems are operating efficiently, we can reduce our environmental footprint and promote sustainability. For example, by identifying and correcting overloaded circuits, we can prevent equipment failures and reduce the need for new equipment. By optimizing lighting systems, we can reduce energy consumption and lower greenhouse gas emissions. These environmental benefits, combined with the economic and safety benefits, make a compelling case for implementing a law-mandating annual panel schedule updates. In addition to the specific benefits discussed above, there are also broader societal benefits to be gained from implementing a law-mandating annual panel schedule updates. By promoting electrical safety and compliance, we can create a more responsible and sustainable society. By investing in the electrical industry and creating jobs for qualified electrical contractors, we can strengthen our economy and improve the quality of life for our citizens. By working together to create a safer and more efficient electrical system, we can build a better future for all. It is important to recognize that electrical codes and regulations are constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and best practices. By staying informed about these changes and updating our panel schedules accordingly, we can ensure that our electrical systems are always up to date and compliant with the latest requirements. For example, the NEC is updated every 3 years, and each new edition includes changes that may affect panel schedule requirements. By consulting with qualified electrical contractors and staying informed about the latest codes and regulations, we can ensure that our panel schedules are always accurate and compliant. In conclusion, the importance of updated panel schedules cannot be overstated. They are essential for safety, efficiency, compliance, and sustainability. By implementing a law-mandating annual updates by qualified electrical contractors, we can create a safer, more efficient, and more sustainable electrical system for all. It is time to take action and make this a priority. Let's work together to create a better future through electrical safety and innovation. Consider the role of technology in improving panel schedule accuracy and accessibility. Digital panel schedule software and mobile apps can make it easier to create, update, and access panel schedules. These tools can also help to automate load calculations, track changes to the electrical system, and generate reports. By embracing technology, we can make panel schedule management more efficient and effective. For example, some digital panel schedule software can integrate with building information modeling or BIM systems. This allows for seamless data sharing and collaboration between architects, engineers, and contractors. Other software can be used to generate QR codes for each circuit, allowing users to quickly access the panel schedule information using their smartphones or tablets. By leveraging these technologies, we can improve the accuracy, accessibility, and usability of panel schedules. It is also important to address the issue of legacy electrical systems. Many older buildings have electrical systems that are outdated and poorly documented. Updating the panel schedules for these systems can be challenging, but it is essential for ensuring safety and compliance. In some cases, it may be necessary to perform a comprehensive electrical audit to identify and correct any problems before updating the panel schedule. This can be a costly and time-consuming process, but it is a necessary investment in the safety and reliability of the electrical system. To encourage building owners to update the panel schedules for their legacy electrical systems, governments could offer financial incentives or technical assistance. This could help to overcome the financial barriers and make the process more accessible. In addition to mandatory annual updates, it is also important to promote a culture of electrical safety and awareness. This can be achieved through education and training programs for building owners, managers, tenants, and electrical workers. By raising awareness about the importance of electrical safety and providing the necessary knowledge and skills, we can empower individuals to take responsibility for their own safety and the safety of others. For example, building owners could be required to provide electrical safety training to their tenants. Electrical contractors could be required to participate in continuing education programs to stay up to date on the latest codes and regulations. By creating a culture of electrical safety and awareness, we can reduce the risk of electrical accidents and promote a safer environment for all.